What's up, guys? Preston's Paradise here, back to go through another USC wormhole. I was watching the USC on Us little series, and you got Greedy Vance talking about how he didn't get an opportunity at LSU, and like how he always wanted to go to another school that was going to play at LSU. That was a mission for him, and he was in the portal. And it really brought me into motivational tactics that coaches use. Unless you've really played football or been around a lot of like high level coaches, um, coaches have 1,000 different ways to motivate players, man. And I think we really have the greatest coaching staff in the country right now because I think this is what we're doing here. I remember being in high school, going into my junior year, right before I stepped on the field. One of my great family friends who was also on the coaching staff at my high school, he looked at me. He said, he knew me and my father were going through a situation at the time, and I was kind of at odds with my father. And as soon as I got on the field, he said, "Your father's gonna see this tape." And I went out there and had a great game. And essentially, what these coaches do is they'll ask players questions about when in your life did you feel most embarrassed, when in your life did you feel most hurt, did you what drives you, what are you doing this for? And leading up to the game, everything ramps up to the point where as soon as they are about to go out on the field, those are the only thoughts that are in their mind when they're out here doing all this violent stuff and making all these plays. The only thoughts in their mind is who doubted them, who didn't trust them, who betrayed them. And it's just a great coaching tactic. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Like, these kids, they got great talent, and these are great coaches, so they're gonna be in position to make plays. But these things, these tactics and coaching, this is what truly makes good coaching. When you have to motivate people from within, when you find out who your players truly are and what really makes them tick and what makes them violent and angry to go out there and make plays and be successful on a football field. So I think that can't be underestimated. I mean, we clearly saw things from these guys that we haven't seen in the last 2 years. Even though we knew they had it in them. There wasn't a doubt in our minds that we didn't have a top five roster in the country. There was never a doubt in anybody's minds that we didn't have talent in LA, even though that was what was being told to us at a certain point in time. But I always laughed that off because I knew we always had the talent. I also love what Link said after the game. The goal was not to beat LSU. So this goes back to a point of like, keeping everybody angry, keeping everybody locked in, on point, on mission for Utah State. Now, as we get into Utah State, we're moving out of this big LSU win. Utah State, all I want to see is three things tomorrow night. I want to see no turnovers, no picks, no fumbles. I want to see sacks, and I want to see third down stops, and I want to see no injuries. That's all we should be worried about for Utah State. I got a 56-10 score on the Utah State. Actually, let me take that back. I got a 56-6. That is my prediction. 56-6 with Utah State. And other than that, I mean, fight on. Appreciate you guys for listening.